Hey folks, you know something? Enjoying your whiskey, it's much more than just about drinking it. It's about learning the processes of how it's made, where it comes from, and it's also about learning the history of individual distilleries. And with that in mind, please stay tuned and enjoy my review of the Arcy's Irish whiskey. What's up, whiskey lovers? I'm Big Al, and welcome to Whiskey Straight, where you can join me on my spiritual odyssey through the wonderful world of whiskey. Now, if that's something that appeals to you, please click on that subscribe button, and don't forget while you're at it to click on that bell notification so that you can stay on that journey with me and you can share yours with me as well. Now, before we get properly into this review, I just gotta say a thank you. A thank you to all you guys who keep coming back and supporting me, and to my new subs. Since the last review, I have passed the 600 subscriber mark, so thank you. And also, a notable occurrence is I've had my first patron, and that is Mike Bennett. Thank you so much, Mike, and this video was for you, and thank you for your support. Now, if you want to join Mike on my Patreon, the links are in down below. Come on aboard. If that's something that you're comfortable with, join Mike, join me for a few insights into behind the scenes at Whiskey Straight, and from the next review on, you will have early access to my videos and reviews. You'll also get a wee bit extra. Sure, what's not to like? Now, this whiskey today that I am reviewing is relatively new, and it's a reincarnation or rebirth of an old Irish whiskey. And it's great to see this boom in the Irish whiskey industry and how it's not only happening across the whole of Ireland, but it's happening in local places to me. And I was thankful to get a bottle of this. My local store has started stocking this, and I also was quite pleased to be given this book by a good friend as well, and it's very interesting. It's Matt Darcy and old Newry whiskies, and Newry's just like 19 miles down the road from here. Lots of information in there, a really good read, and it really is worth looking up just to get a nice insight and a bit of an aspect as to what it was like over the last couple of 100 years in the Irish whiskey industry and how that rebirth now is coming along. So what am I waiting for? Time to get right on into the whiskey and get right into the nosing and the tasting. So if you haven't got a pour of this, which you probably haven't because it's relatively new, but if you do have, pour it, or whatever other whiskey you have, because whiskey is best shared, and we'll share a dram together and get through the tasting together. So we'll start off on the nose. Sláinte. Straight off, vanilla, grain. It's very floral. As you can have seen from the notes, this is a blend of malt and grain whiskies. It's light, it's floral. There's honey in there too, quite light, but it does come across as very creamy. And you know, you say, how can you pick that up on the nose? But you really can. It's not just on the palate you can pick these things up. In fact, you can pick up a lot more on the nose than you really think you can. Now, as it starts to open up, there's some nice woody notes in there. But coming in the back of that, there's some nice toffee. Quite a mild toffee, not very rich, mild, but it is there. And now what is really nice, it's coming across, and something that I find really refreshing in a lot of whiskies is a really nice chocolate aroma is coming into play. And it manifests itself quite nicely. While that creaminess on the nose wasn't coming over as overtly rich, this chocolate note is definitely coming over a lot richer, and it does belie the 40% ABV on this whiskey. Overall on the nose, it's very light, it's floral, it's approachable, it's pleasant, and there's lots of nice things going on that bode well for the palate. So let's get right into the taste. Cheers. There's a bit of an initial bite, and I think that comes from the grain, but it's creamy, malty vanilla, a slight hint of orange zest in there as well, and then there's a bit of honey coming into play again, some toffee, again that toffee's light, and then as it transitions across the palate, here comes a touch of light heather as well. In fact, even in this initial sip, you really can definitely get elements of both the malt and the grain coming into play. So let's go again. Now that hint of spice that you pick up in the grain as it transitions across the palate, particularly you'll get the spicy element right on the tip of the tongue, and then as it transitions across the palate, it develops into that lovely rich milk chocolate note. And one thing that I wasn't picking up initially when I did my notes, and I was trying to put my finger on it and then it just hit me, it's cream soda. And it's a nice sort of effervescence on the tongue. Cream soda, vanilla, it's rich, and it really does add a lovely, lovely flavour to this. And once again, it belies that 40% ABV. I wouldn't say it's as high as 46% ABV in the feeling, more like 43, but that mixture of the milk chocolate, the vanilla, the cream soda, but it's more so the cream soda and vanilla that come through as it transitions. It is a really lovely flavour, and the mouthfeel that comes with it is really, really pleasing. It just envelops the mouth. It gives it that nice, like cream soda, ice cream sort of fizz and effervescence around the mouth. And it's just, you know what? This is a bloody good entry level whiskey. One of the nicest new Irish whiskies I have tried to date. It really is. It really is making a big impact on me, and it's a whiskey that, well, really, for 30 quid, entry level, 40% ABV, you know, I can't really sing its praises high enough. But let's go and see what the finish is like. Again, it's malty, it's cream soda, it's chocolate, vanilla. It's lovely in mouth coating. Again, drinks higher than 40% ABV. It just makes you want to sit here and sip at it and just enjoy that cream soda, vanilla, effervescence feel in the mouth, and then with that like sprinkling of milk chocolate on top. This is bloody good.
I was going to say something else there.
But, you know what? I've had, as you can see, gone down through the bottle here quite a lot. I've let this open up. From the first knack pour, it was nice, but you've got to give this whiskey a couple of pours, let it open up, and once you get down through it, it really comes into its own. I have to say, I am exceedingly impressed with this whiskey. There's just something a wee bit extra with this. It does something for me that not a lot of entry-level Irish whiskies do, and I think what I have found here is my go-to entry-level Irish whiskey. 30 quid, pretty damn good deal. You know what? There's always going to be one of these in my shelf. It's just bloody nice, it's bloody well done, and kudos to Darcy's Irish Whiskey for bringing a lovely Irish whiskey onto the market, bringing back an old whiskey and giving it a rebirth. And if you're local, the local Barbican store in Along here has this in stock. Go down and get yourself a bottle. You will not be disappointed. It's lovely stuff. And you know what? You'll also be supporting local. And that's what it's all about. And if any of you guys, wherever you're from, see it, it's not going to break the bank. Go out and pick up a bottle.
Bloody worth it.
I really like this. In fact, I like this more than quite a lot of aged single malts I've had. And that's saying something. So how does that translate itself into a score? Well, that's going to be, what, 87.25. Yes, I'm getting into the 2.5s now. I have to get a wee bit more nitty gritty. But I tell you what, this is bloody good stuff. Like it. And I hope you do too. So with that said, folks, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for sharing a pour with me. If you've had this, let me know your thoughts. If not, I encourage you to go out and pick it up wherever you can see it, whether it be in your local store, whether it be online. Really worth a pickup. And here's to you, Darcy's, for a job bloody well done. So, until the next time, folks, please look after yourselves, look after each other, and you know what? Keep on drinking your whiskey the way you like it. Sláinte. Thanks for watching, folks. I really do appreciate it. Please check out these other reviews, and if you'd like to support the channel, the best way is by subscribing, liking and commenting. And don't forget to ring that bell for all video notifications so you don't miss out on any future content. Cheers.